Supreme Court releases full video. 11 assailants surround Yu Menglong and reveal horrifying secret. It begins with a sound. A metallic clang, faint, distant, echoing through a cold chamber where justice meets darkness. For months, the world has demanded answers. For weeks, rumors have twisted the truth. But now, at last, the Supreme Court has spoken. And with the release of the full, unedited surveillance video, the nation finds itself staring into the unthinkable. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update in the world of your favorite celebrities. The final moments before Yu Menglong's disappearance and the chilling revelation that changes everything. The courtroom that fell silent. It was early morning when the press arrived. Rows of journalists, camera crews, and tearful fans waiting outside the marble steps of the High Judicial Hall. Inside, the air was electric. The courtroom had been transformed into a fortress. Every seat filled, every breath measured. When the judge entered, silence dropped like a stone. And then, without warning, the lights dimmed and the screen flickered on. For the first time, the world would see the complete video that investigators had guarded for nearly a year. The footage begins. The timestamp reads 22 hours 41 minutes and 7 seconds. Yu Menglong is seen walking through a dim corridor, shoulders hunched, a phone in his hand, eyes darting nervously toward the camera. He looks exhausted. His jacket is wrinkled, his steps unsteady. A moment later, the frame widens. From both ends of the hallway, shadows begin to move. 11 figures. Faces hidden, dressed in black. They surround him slowly, their movement eerily synchronized. Yu Menglong stops. He turns, first left, then right, realizing he's trapped. For several seconds, there's no sound. Only the steady hum of the surveillance system. Then, one of the assailants steps forward, taller than the rest, wearing gloves, his voice low and distorted. "You should have stayed quiet, Menglong." The courtroom gasps. The secret they were hiding. Investigators pause the footage. The judge's voice trembles slightly as he reads the newly declassified transcript found alongside the recording. It reveals that Yu Menglong had discovered evidence of financial corruption within a powerful production consortium, a network tied to illegal contract manipulation, bribery, and blackmail involving several high-profile entertainment executives. He had tried to expose it. He was warned to stop. And this confrontation was meant to silence him. The footage resumes. Yu Menglong speaks softly, barely audible. "You don't have to do this. The truth will come out." The lead assailant steps closer, his voice sharp. "The truth dies tonight." The final minutes. The video then cuts to the next camera angle, the alley behind the studio complex. The rain is falling. Yu Menglong stumbles forward, his phone still clutched tightly in his hand. Two of the men grab him. Another opens a van door. But then something changes. He breaks free. He runs. The image shakes violently as one of the cameras swings toward the street. And then, in one last act of desperation, Yu Menglong throws his phone into a drainage pipe just seconds before they reach him. A flash of light, and the footage ends. The courtroom erupts. Sobs, gasps, shouts. The truth, long buried beneath lies and silence, now stands before them all. The aftermath. The judge adjourns the hearing briefly, allowing the room to breathe again. Outside, the crowd surges forward, fans in tears, shouting his name through the barricades. "Justice for Menglong." We never stopped believing. The prosecution confirms that all 11 assailants, now under custody, have officially confessed after the release of the footage. But the real shock comes from what's found inside the phone that Yu Menglong threw into the pipe. Recovered and decrypted by investigators, it contains recordings, messages, and financial transfers directly linking two major entertainment financiers and a producer to the blackmail scheme he tried to expose. It's not just a murder case anymore. It's a scandal that threatens to collapse an empire. The world reacts. By nightfall, the video is everywhere. News anchors replay the frames. Analysts dissect every movement. Fans light candles across the country. Social media fills with grief and fury. #JusticeForYumenglong trends globally. Actors who once worked with him share quiet tributes. Directors who had once stayed silent now speak up, saying, "He wasn't just a star. He was brave." Even international networks pick up the story, calling it one of the most shocking revelations in the history of Asian entertainment. The family statement. Yu Menglong's parents issue a heartbreaking message outside the courthouse. His father, voice trembling, says, "They tried to silence him, but the truth spoke louder. My son died for honesty. Let his story protect others." His mother, clutching a framed photo of him from his early acting days, whispers through tears, "He always said light will win. Now I believe him." The crowd falls silent, and for a moment, the air feels sacred, as though justice itself is listening. The horrifying secret unraveled. In a late-night press conference, the lead investigator reveals the horrifying secret the assailants confessed to after seeing the footage released in court. Yu Menglong wasn't meant to die. He was meant to disappear, to be hidden until the scandal cooled down. But during the struggle, things spiraled out of control. When they realized what had happened, they fabricated false reports to cover it up. And for nearly a year, the entertainment world unknowingly operated on a foundation of lies. Until now, the final verdict. As dawn breaks over Beijing, the Supreme Court reconvenes. Each assailant is sentenced, not only for their roles in the abduction, but for obstruction of justice and conspiracy to commit corporate fraud. The names of the masterminds behind the cover-up are revealed publicly for the first time. The courtroom applauds as the judge delivers his final words. Truth, no matter how deeply buried, always finds its way to the light. And Yu Menglong, even in death, has proven that light never dies. The file named Sunrise. Among hundreds of encrypted folders, one stood out. A small, hidden file labeled only Sunrise.mp4. It was the last thing Yu Menglong ever recorded. Investigators pressed play, and what appeared on screen sent a chill down every spine in the room. Yu Menglong sat alone in a dim apartment, his eyes hollow, his voice trembling but determined. "If you're watching this," he says softly, "then something has gone wrong. I'm not safe anymore." He pauses, swallowing hard. "I didn't want to believe it. Not from people I trusted. But I can't stay silent. Too many lives will be destroyed if I do." He then pulls out a series of documents, contracts, receipts, messages. He names names. Producers, executives, investors. Every one of them connected to a network laundering millions through talent agencies, forcing young actors into binding, exploitive deals, and suppressing whistleblowers through intimidation and bribery. They control careers, he continues, decide who rises and who falls. They destroy those who refuse. I have proof. And I won't let them keep doing this. The recording ends abruptly, his face still visible in the final frame, tired but defiant. The night of the raid. When investigators presented their findings to the Supreme Court Task Force, a nationwide operation began. Before sunrise, raids were conducted across Beijing, Shanghai, and Hangzhou. Studio offices were sealed. Bank accounts frozen. Hard drives seized. By dawn, 7 executives and 2 producers had been arrested. Among them, a figure so influential, his arrest sent shockwaves through global entertainment markets. For years, he had hidden behind awards, endorsements, and political ties. Now, he was being led away in handcuffs, head lowered, as reporters shouted Yu Menglong's name. He knew everything, one investigator said. Yu Menglong had built a digital case stronger than anything we've ever seen. The echo that remains. Today, Yu Menglong's name stands not just in film credits, but in history. Every court document, every reform policy, every news broadcast about artist protection, all trace back to him. His final act, saving that phone, naming that file, whispering his truth into the camera, became the spark that forced an entire system to confront itself. He was gone, but his light had never burned brighter. In the end, Yu Menglong didn't just uncover corruption, he became the proof that courage outlives fear.